Hey, Kevin here, top one financial advisor and best-selling author, and we are here to talk about the stock market. I need to give you fair warning about what is scheduled to happen tomorrow and what may happen in the stock market. Now, I'll tell you right now, this is not a gloom and doom, everything's going to burn down tomorrow, sell everything, and we're going into a recession. It's not that type of event, but I do want you to be aware because especially if you're new and you start investing tomorrow or you start investing last week and this happens tomorrow and you're going to be shook and think that this is all terrible and it's the worst thing ever. So I want to pull you back, let you understand what's going on, and give you 4 options to choose from about how you want to act, depending on what happens tomorrow. So tomorrow is what is called a quadruple witching. It happens 4 times per year, and I have the 4 times here. So it happens in March, June, September, and December. The last time it happened was September 17th. I want to say 20 something, but September 17th of 2021, the market dropped 1.5% or 1.55% on that day. For context, today the market was down less than 1% at like 0.86%. So there's not a guarantee that it's going to go down tomorrow. Okay. I'm not telling you that. Okay. It wouldn't shock me. It would not shock me at all, but that's not a guarantee that is to occur. What is a quadruple witching? A quadruple witching is basically when we have option contracts and future contracts happen to expire on the same day. You got future contracts, and I'll get into that later, but a future contract on a stock, future contract on an index, that's 2. Then you've got option contracts on an index, that's 3, and then just option contracts just in general, just primarily on any stock. They all expire on the same 3rd Friday of the month, which for us is tomorrow. So when this happens, there's a lot of volume. People trade a whole lot during these days, and this is for several reasons. Because if I own an options contract that basically says, let's say I buy a put option or a call option means that I think the stock is going to go up. I get to lock in my price based on this contract, and I have the right to buy 100 shares at X price. So I'm throwing a company out there. Let's say Walmart at $100. Let's say Walmart could be 120. Okay, so I can, because I own the contract, I have the right to buy 100 shares of Walmart at 100, which means I can instantly make that difference. Well, if I have it and it expires, I might want to trade that right now, or I can let it expire. But what happens is a lot of people trade during that time, sometimes because they have to. There are times where you have a put option that you sold, which means I gave someone the right to buy my shares of something. And if they buy it from me, I got to give it to them. And there's a lot of buying and selling and covering, saying, look, this happened. I need to go buy these shares or borrow these from somebody. And a lot of volatility can happen. Again, go back to September 17th. That's what happened. Also, September was just a bad month in general, but that particular Friday just wasn't all that great. And this could happen tomorrow. So I'm not panicking because I know this is coming in advance. Okay, so now that I know it's coming in advance, what are some things that you might want to consider if you are an investor? There are a few things. Now, number 1, and y'all know it's going to be Friday, so for my long-term stuff, the stuff I know I'm holding, the stuff I know I'm keeping, my Google, my Apple, my Nvidia, stuff like that, it's DCA Friday anyway. That is going on as scheduled. I am not changing that for nothing to nobody. Okay, so if it drops, if the market drops tomorrow, and there's no guarantee, well, it could go up. I don't know, it could do nothing, right? But regardless, I'm staying on schedule. I'll be DCAing into my long-term investments tomorrow anyway. Now, I will not be buying more of things I know I'm going to get rid of. So, unless a miracle happens, I'm probably going to get rid of Block, which is now Square. I might get rid of Disney. Won't get rid of it tomorrow because it's still not the day that I do these things. But I won't be DCAing those. No point in adding money for 2 more weeks. Okay, so transparency there. But I will be DCAing to everything I know for a fact that I'm keeping. I will be DCAing into those tomorrow, like I always do. That's not going to change. So that's number 1. You could do that if you are a long-term investor and you just happen to DCA on Fridays like I do. You don't have to. You just mind your own business and keep going. So that's number 1. You can do that. Number 2, if you are in a short-term trade, you're somebody trying to make some money now, you really, really want to be careful. It is difficult to gauge these times, these types of days. Any days is hard, but definitely days like this. You want to make sure you have a good stop loss, that you are not going to lose more than what you expect to lose. For example, I am in a short-term trade for Crocs, ticker symbol CROX, and I think the stop loss for me is at 135. I think right now it's at 139. So if the market acts crazy and it drops to 135, hey, I lose that $60 or whatever I put into it, and that's fine. Okay, so whatever it is, you want to make sure that you do have a stop loss, but also know that it can hit the stop loss and bounce right back up, because these types of days can be very weird. So I'm just putting it out there. Just be careful, be aware, have a stop loss. It can help to protect further losses depending on where the stock market goes tomorrow, which is utterly unpredictable. So just be aware of that. So those are two things. Make sure you got your stop loss, dollar cost average. The next thing is just be aware. You don't have to do anything. You do not have to do anything. Just being here, understanding what may happen. I'm not telling you that it will. Well, the quadruple witching will happen, but the impact of it, there's no guarantee that the stock market is going to fall. You can just say, okay, good. I'm glad I know when and if I check my account, which you don't have to check your account tomorrow, that, hey, I knew this was coming. It happened. And, 5 years from now, you're not going to remember. You don't remember any quadruple witching from last year, do you? I don't. And they did happen. They happen every year. So you can say, look, I understand this information. This happened. I'm going to keep it rolling. It's not going to impact anything. It's not going to change my life because I'm a long-term investor and I know what's going on anyway. And I just have a good, solid company. That's true also. You own something like, Apple or Target, something like that, you fine. The market can take a tumble tomorrow and you're fine. Or the market can go up tomorrow and you're fine. That's okay. You don't have to do anything in a situation like this if you are already owning something. So that's it. That is number 3. Number 4, you can look for deals. If there is a stock that you have been looking for and you've just been waiting for it to fall to the right price, if the stock market falls, keyword if, then this might be an opportunity for that stock to come to the price level that you've always been wanting it at. So I've got my eye on a bunch of different companies, but Camden Property Trust is one, Intuit is one that I'm looking at. There's no guarantee I'm gonna buy it tomorrow. I'll probably just wait 2 weeks and hop into these like I normally would. So I'm sticking to my process. However, my process is not everybody's process, and that's totally fine. We all have different investing styles and things. But if you have been looking for a deal and you've been looking for a price, a good company that you know is good, and it just happens to drop tomorrow just because the market is acting weird, might be a time for you to pick that up. Now, the key is, though, I would prefer you to have a list, have researched some things, and then jump into it. Don't just jump into it, because it dropped, or I'm buying the dip. Again, I've said this before, every dip ain't the same. Tomorrow, if there is a dip, I want to emphasize if. I'm not predicting that the market is going to crash tomorrow because I don't know. You want to make sure that it's something that you've researched. So, for example, I have, what is it? I was going to say Love Field. Southwest, was the ticker symbol there is LUV, Love. It's on my list, and it just keeps falling. I'm not going to pick that up tomorrow. If I were looking for a deal, Southwest at $40 or $41 ain't it. Southwest can go. I'm not worried about that. I'll get something like, I will consider something like an Intuit, because that has gone up and it's just had 1 or 2 bad days. I'll consider something like a Costco, which we've talked about, that has gone up. And I think it might have gone down today, but like if it goes down tomorrow and if everything goes down tomorrow with it, I might pick something like that up because I know it's a quality company. I can't say the same about Southwest. I can't say the same for Square or PayPal. I don't know why they're down, but they are. So you want to be very judgmental or prudent about what deals you decide to take, what dips you decide to take, and which ones you just absolutely leave alone, which is okay to do. All right. So those are your four strategies. I'll kind of go over it again. You can have a stop loss, which says if it drops to this price, get me out of the stock. I don't want to lose any more money. You can do that. There are costs and benefits to doing that, but you can do that. You can dollar cost average and say, hey, look, this was my schedule anyway. I buy on, the 20th or whatever date tomorrow is going to be. I don't have my watch on, so I don't know what the date is. I think the 16th or 17th. Anyway, you can have a schedule. Mine is on Friday. It just happens to be on a Friday. I'm just investing anyway. And I did a whole video about why I do it. So y'all check that out if you don't know why. You can just be aware and do nothing. You can say, hey, look, market did what it did. I didn't do anything today on Thursday. Why does it have to be different on tomorrow on Friday? You can do that. Or obviously you can look for deals. If you're looking for a deal, I would look now. Like as you're watching this tonight, figure out what you like, figure out what price points you want to get into. And if it falls to that level, hop in, write it out for a long-term or dollar cost average. Totally up to you. All right, so that is it for me. Make sure that you click this here link at the bottom. You want to make sure that you join our cram sessions. I cover 2 companies every single month, and we do deep dives into what they are, why I think they could be good long-term. You get to also converse via our chat and email. Say, look, I want you to do a deep dive into this company, and we help to understand what's going on in the market, what companies make sense for a long term, and we choose quality companies that not everybody is talking about, which is good, because anybody can tell you Google and Apple are great, and they are. But what are some other things that people aren't looking towards that are somewhat low key, but can still get you some pretty good growth? All right, that's it for me. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.